In March 1944, Allied prisoners escaped from a Nazi POW camp through a hand-dug tunnel, knowing most of them would never make it home. The place was Stalag Luft III, a German prisoner of war camp near Sagan in what is now Poland. It held captured Allied airmen, mostly British, Canadian, Australian, and American pilots. The camp was designed to be escape-proof. Sandy soil made tunneling difficult. Microphones were buried underground to detect digging. Guards counted prisoners constantly. The prisoners dug anyway. The escape plan was organized by squadron leader Roger Bushell, a Royal Air Force pilot captured in 1940. His goal wasn't just freedom, it was disruption, forcing Germany to divert manpower to recapture escapees. Bushell ordered the digging of 3 tunnels, codenamed Tom, Dick, and Harry. They were dug by hand, using stolen tools, bedboards, and food tins. Dirt was hidden in socks and scattered during exercise periods. The tunnels were engineering feats. They ran more than 30 feet underground, reinforced with wood, fitted with air pumps, lighting, and rail systems made from scrap metal. By early 1944, Harry was ready. On the night of March 24, 1944, prisoners began escaping. One by one, they crawled through the narrow tunnel into the freezing darkness. Snow covered the ground. The exit fell just short of the forest line, exposing the men as they emerged. Still, they kept going. By dawn, 76 prisoners had escaped. Then the alarm was raised. Hitler was furious. He initially ordered all recaptured escapees to be executed. After intervention from German military officials, the number was reduced. But the outcome was still brutal. 73 escapees were recaptured. Of those, 50 were executed by the Gestapo, in violation of the Geneva Conventions. They were shot in small groups, and their deaths falsely reported as shot while trying to escape. Only 3 men reached freedom: Per Bergsland and Jens Miller, Norwegian pilots who escaped to Sweden. Bram van der Stoke, a Dutch pilot who reached Spain and eventually returned to Britain. The executions shocked the Allies. After the war, the killings were investigated as war crimes. Several German officials involved were tried and executed. Roger Bushell did not survive. He was among the 50 murdered. The escape itself failed militarily. Most prisoners were caught, the losses were devastating, but the impact was enormous. The Great Escape exposed Nazi brutality. It strengthened Allied resolve. It demonstrated extraordinary courage, cooperation, and defiance under captivity. Years later, the story became widely known through books and a 1963 film, but the real history was darker than the legend. This was not an adventure. It was a calculated act of resistance, carried out by men who knew the cost. They dug for months, not for glory, but for freedom and principle. Most never escaped the consequences. The Great Escape reminds us that even when victory is impossible, resistance itself can change history and reveal the true cost of defiance.